Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well. In our previous video, we designed our cloud infrastructure in Draw.io. Now in this video, we will be using that architecture diagram as a reference to build our infrastructure using Terraform. So let's get started. In order to interact with AWS using Terraform, we will need to get access token and secret from AWS IAM. So let's head over to AWS IAM and create a new IAM user. Looks like I already have a user. Let me just delete that one and create a new one. We will add an IAM user named Terraform and tick the access key box, as we only want this user to access AWS programmatically using Terraform, and we don't want this user to log in. So click next. Since this user needs to have administrative access to provision our infrastructure, we would add this user to predefined admin group, which provides it with administrative privileges. Let's add some tags to define the role of this user. Once this user is created, you will be given with access key ID and secret access key. Save them somewhere. Now we have added our IAM user, which will interact with AWS using Terraform. So let's head over to GitHub to create our repository, which will hold our source code. I will name this repository Terraform as AWS and add some description. We want to make sure this repo is private, and once that is done, click Create Repository. Let's clone the repo and quickly add a README file and push it just for fun. Once that is done, open the repository in VS Code. Let's bootstrap our repository to work with AWS. Generally, I like to create all the standard Terraform files like main.tf, provider, variables, output, and backend in the beginning. Also, let's create a folder called module, which will hold all the configuration of each AWS components. This will make our repository modular. Also, it makes it easier to manage multiple components as our infrastructure grows larger. Let's add some comments on each of those files to tell what's their responsibility are. Since we are working with AWS here, we would need to add the AWS provider as we discussed in our introductory video. We know provider holds all the resource plugin to communicate with the cloud service provider, right? So you can find it by going to Terraform registry and searching for AWS provider. Once found, copy the provider configuration and paste it into the provider.tf file. Here you would need to specify the region and profile. Before adding the profile, if you remember, we created a AWS IAM user. We will copy those credentials and save them into our home directory inside .aws folder and inside a file named credentials. Inside the file, we define the profile name. For this tutorial, I will name this profile to be prod. Copy and paste the credential that we saved in the file as AWS access key ID and AWS secret access key. Now define which profile name that Terraform would look into to fetch AWS credential in the provider file. For this instance, it would be prod. Now our code skeleton is ready. Let's do a Terraform plan to see if everything works fine or not. Looks like there is an error. We need to do a Terraform init when we first declare a provider or add any modules. So let's run Terraform init. Looks like our Terraform repo has been successfully initialized to manage AWS infrastructure using code. So that's all for today. In the next video, we will look into writing actual Terraform code to provision AWS infrastructures. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you found this video to be useful. Also leave a comment below on how would you bootstrap your Terraform repository. So until next time, have a good day. Bye bye.